Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's take a break with Stephen Shamus.
Alex, welcome back. Love the shirt.
Thank you.
Can you show it a little bit?
There it is.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. What city was that from?
Midwest.
Yes. As you'll
Last
notice,
event.
I'm wearing a different M hat today. I was wearing my Terps gear in honor of my niece and nephew who are supposed to be attending in the fall, hopefully. But today I'm repping the Michigan maize color, not yellow.
Corn. Maize, I assume.
Maize. And she just graduated from the University of Michigan, so I'm celebrating with her today. So we have a great show today.
Yes.
I know we got a lot of great topics to get going, so let's get moving and grooving.
All right. First up, Eternals. Hot.
Yes.
Hot property right now.
Very hot. Interesting about the Eternals is it's not as straightforward as a lot of the other topics that we've discussed.
Right.
You want the first appearance of, Superman. You want the first appearance of Spider-Man. You want the first appearance of Taskmaster. It's very, very simple and straightforward. Mm-hmm. Eternals is not so straightforward. It's an ensemble cast.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would like to do is take you down actor by actor, character by character, and break it down for you, because I actually think when you start hearing the pop reports and certain characters, I think you're going to be wowed. I think right now the biggest increase that everyone has seen is Eternals number 1.
Right.
But when I go through the list with you, you're going to be like, wait a second here. These other books should be way, way more and way in higher demand, but people haven't actually made the connection between the characters in the film, who's playing those characters in the film, what kind of role they expect those characters to have, and which books people are going to be looking for. So let's get right to it. So first you have Thena, who's played by, of course, Angelina Jolie.
Queen.
Her first appearance is in Eternals number 5.
Yeah. Yep.
Eternals 5, Alex.
Yeah.
There are only 89 blue labels and 2 gold labels.
9/8. That's crazy.
The book is 300 to 500 right now. Now, I would think that if you're getting Angelina Jolie for this role, it's got to be a big role.
Yeah. The whole cast is all brand new actors to the MCU. So
yes,
it's a huge cast.
I think Eternals 5, anywhere from $300 to $500 in 9/8 right now, it's a steal.
Yeah,
it's a steal. So I think that's a book to take a look at. And another character that also makes their first appearance in Eternals number 5 is Makari, played by Lauren Ridloff.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, Eternals 5 has 2 first appearances of the characters in the movie. I'm not sure how big role Makari is going to have. Remember, it's an ensemble cast, but definitely Angelina Jolie.
Totally.
So Alex, next on the list is Kingo, played by Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
We also the photos of him getting ripped. Ripped. Oh my God.
He's
right?
ready.
Unbelievable. So his first appearance is Eternals number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That book right now is $900 to $1,000.
Yep.
There's 468 blue labels, 7 gold labels. So it's not a crazy high pop, but it's not super low. But you're not going to find any more in...
Not 9/8. No.
Not going to find any more 9/8. Also, first appearance in that book is Icarus, played by Richard Madden. King. Right?
Red
King.
Wedding. Yes.
Red Wedding.
That's it.
Everybody remembers. No spoilers, Alex. Red Wedding. My goodness, that episode, unbelievable, right?
Yep.
So we all love Richard Madden,
Yep.
also in Rocket Man too, as well. So Eternals number 1 is Phastos, played by Brian Tyree Henry.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you've got 3 first appearances in Eternals number 1.
Mm-hmm.
So again, 900 to 1,000. Again, with those 3 characters, it's probably a great deal right now, even at that price level.
Yep.
And that pop report. Okay, next on our list, Ajak, played by Salma Hayek. First appearance is Eternals number 2. Now, here's what's interesting. This is a gender shift because in the comic book, the character has always been male.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time the character is female. So what do you think about that, Alex, when you have characters that may not traditionally look like someone or may not traditionally be the role, but that's their first appearance? We saw that with Captain Marvel, right? The real book that everyone wants is Avenging Spider-Man number 9.
Right.
Because that's the Captain Marvel that everyone sees in the film. Even though the other one is rarer, it's harder to find, it's older, it's all those other wonderful things. when people think of Captain Marvel, they think of Brie Larson.
Yeah.
They don't think of the guy who played Captain Marvel prior to her. So what do you think about that with Ajax doing the gender switch? Do you think that affects the value, not affects the value?
I really, for the value, for the character, it doesn't matter. As long as it's written well, she's going to kill it, which Selma Hayek's always going to kill it. So the movie's going to be fine. As a first appearance character, if she's only in the movie for 20 minutes, I'm not sure that's going to sway the collectors. If she's a lead character and she's going to be in all the rest of the movies, I don't think it's going to matter. I think people will still want the first appearance of that character and who she plays.
That character first appears in Eternals number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's around a $600 to $700 book right now. So compared to the other ones, I think it's on the higher side, considering that Selma's obviously playing the female version of the character. There's 152 blue labels, 1 gold label. So again, low pop book.
Yeah.
Even at $600 or $700, probably worth buying it right now.
Yeah.
Great. The next one we have is Cersei, played by Gemma Chan, also from the Captain Marvel film as well. And interestingly enough, the character has 2 different spellings in the comics. The one more traditional that people recognize is Eternals number 3, where it's spelled Sersy versus the letter I in the movie. Any idea why they changed the spelling?
Not to think it's Game of Thrones related, but they're probably trying to keep away from a lot of the already licensed names with Cersei in them. You know,
maybe perhaps it's a trademark issue, right? Yep. Somebody else has the name right. That book, Eternals number 3, is a $400 to $500 book in 9.8. There are 220 blue labels and 0 gold labels. So again, these books are not high pop books, and even at these few $100 range, really worth a shot, I would think, depending on what the character's life is in the movie.
I mean, in the comics, that's Black Knight. Black Knight has a relationship with her. So if Black Knight's going to be in the movie, which we all know he is, that might be a nice sleeper book to pick up.
By the way, good segue, Alex. Next on our list is Dane Whitman, Black Knight. We all know Kit Harington. He's the man, King of the North.
Mm-hmm.
And Dane Whitman's first appearance is cameos in Avengers 47. Avengers 48 is his first full appearance. Those books are in the thousands of dollars. Those books have already gone crazy, crazy, crazy. I believe there's less than 15 9/8. I think we spoke about that last time. That book is already a $7,000 book. I think I've seen a lot of really, really nice, clean 8.5s, 9.0s with white pages. You could buy them in the $850 to $1,000 range. I think if you don't have $7,000,
yeah, totally.
Alex, you got $7,000 to buy Avengers 48.
I got to look into the mattress, but I still might.
So if you don't have $7,000 to buy a 9.8, I actually think $800 to $1,000 for an 8.5, 9.0,
totally
9.2 white page. Look. I've seen these books. They look really, really clean. White page book. That's the one I would buy for Dane Whitman for sure. Next we have Druid, played by Gary Kilfin. He's in Eternals number 11, first appearance. Only 85 blue labels, 1 gold label. Wow. It's a $250 to $300 book. You're almost better off just buying a whole run of the Eternals, because it just feels like every issue's got different characters coming in, different storylines. Very low pop, 85. That's a good one to buy. The next one on our list is Sprite, played by Leah McHugh.
Yep.
Her first appearance is in Eternals number 9. It's about a $200 to $250 book. I would consider this a low pop book, Alex. 56 blue labels.
Yeah, 56. 2
gold labels.
Wow.
I don't know that you're going to find any more. At $200 to $250.
I pick it up.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. And then the next one is the lowest pop of all, is Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Played by Dong Siak Ma. Eternals number 13. It's a $600 to $700 book in 9.8, because there's only 34 blue labels with 0 gold labels.
And that's near the end of the run. Like that's almost at the end. So those books are always, end of run books are always super hard to find.
Yes. So I think, having the series come out in 1977, I mean,
Jack Kirby.
Jack Kirby. I mean, you're just not going to see a lot of high grade copies. And I kind of think in the few $100 price range that you're talking about on these 9.8s. By the way, if you go down to a 9.6 or a 9.4, you'll save way more money
Yeah.
And these are all great books. So as far as I'm concerned, at the price points they're at now, with the population reports that you're seeing, I would take a look at, Eternals 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 11, and 13.
Yeah.
Those are the books I would look at. But quite frankly, if you buy all of them, I think you're in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, those books have been, obviously it's Jack Kirby, so everybody loves Jack Kirby stuff. But I think for your Marvel Jack Kirby, that's probably the less collected of his stuff. It was right after he came out back from DC and doing the New God stuff. I remember getting a lot of them in collections, and people just did not keep them in good shape. Those are definitely readers. They spread the pages out and post them on the walls of Tax. It's Jack Kirby's. They're great books. They're fantastic books. They just, not a lot of people kept them in great shape. And there was, so finding them raw is going to be very tough.
Yes, for sure.
And those books have shot up since the announcement. After the movie comes out, they're going to go much higher.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Alex, what do we got next on our list?
Black Adam.
Dwayne The Rock.
That's it.
We talked about Dwayne The Rock with Ball and Chain.
Yeah.
Last week. Now we're talking with Dwayne The Rock, Black Adam, and possibly a cameo from the Man of Steel, hopefully.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. I think The Rock's been talking about this movie since before Man of Steel came out. He's been wanting to play this role his whole life. He never stopped talking about it, and it's finally coming to fruition.
Every so often, you see a character in a comic book that you've grown up with, that you've seen for many, many years, like Wonder Woman. And then they pick Gal Gadot, and you're like, okay, she embodies that. Like, you're familiar with that character, you know the character, and she embodies that character. Like, from top to bottom, head to toe, personality, face, everything. And I think when we heard that Dwayne The Rock was playing Black Adam, if you've paid attention to Black Adam over the years, he certainly embodies the size and the strength, yes, and the power of the character. Great casting, certainly embodies the character. So Black Adam's first appearance is Captain Marvel Adventures number 50 from 1945. Mm-hmm. But that's not really what the character is based on. So that book is not really selling for the premiums that you would expect for a typical first appearance. Really, the first appearance that people consider is Shazam number 28.
Yep.
And that is a super, super, super low pop book, Alex.
Yeah.
There's only 35 blue labels, 0 yellow labels. So I don't know if you're ever going to meet Dwayne The Rock Johnson to get a gold label, but right now the 9.8s are about $2,000. Wow. So you can definitely, they're still pretty affordable, all things considered, with a population of only 35 blue labels. Like, you're not going to find more copies in blue label of that book.
No, those books they weren't based on the TV show, but the TV show was out. They were pushed more towards kids, like the ISIS comics. These aren't going to be easy to find in high grade by any means.
No. Now, fast forward, you and I have been talking offline about how the Black Adam is really based on the JSA series. So why don't you walk us through that a little bit?
So the Black Adam in the JSA series they retconned a lot of his history, but Jeff Johns, who we all love, I'm assuming it's going to be based on Jeff Johns' version, where in Kandak, his wife and child were murdered, and that's kind of when he snaps and becomes a villain. But he's just trying to, make sure his country is, safe from outside invaders. And in the JSA stuff, the modern JSA, when he comes back to time, he just wants to do good. And by good is he does good in bad ways. Some of the JSA things, the way that he does things is not the way that they would do them. So they're obviously not friends, but they're frenemies,
Anti-hero, like a Venom?
Anti-hero, yes. Yeah.
Like a
so
Venom.
I think you're going to see in the movie that he's not going to be just a straight up villain. There's going to be some conflict between him and Shazam, thinking of how things should go. Obviously Shazam's bread and butter, America, very bubblegum. He's got a kid's mind, where you have this man whose life has been torn apart by, evil people. He's trying to show that his world, you can't just arrest a man and put him away and hopefully everything goes back to normal. You have to do something about it. So I think that's what we're going to see in the movie.
Now, personally, my favorite cover, you might have a differing opinion, but I think a lot of the Ross covers and certainly the JSA covers are phenomenal. My favorite one is the Black Adam #1, Alex Ross variant cover, 1 in 10 from 2007.
Oh yeah.
That to me is my favorite cover. I think if you're going to look for a modern era book that's sort of very powerful imagery of the Black Adam, it's going to be that book. There's only 31 blue labels and 7 yellow labels. Not an expensive book. I would absolutely try to pick one of those copies up. I don't think it's going to cost you a lot right now.
Yeah. Those will probably be you probably pick up a couple of raws and grade them out. I mean, variants usually people take care of right away. So there might be some in the wild that you can grab.
Listen, it was a 1 in 10. It's not like there's not a million of them, but they're not like plentiful. And yes, you're right. When people did get those 1 in 10s, they knew to put them in a bag and a board. And it wasn't, those issues were ordered in a decent quantity, so they are out there. But again, it's from 2007. It's a 13-year-old book now. Whatever out there is out there. I mean, are there going to be more 9/8s? There will be more 9/8s because people did bag and board them back even 13 years ago. They're going to go dig through their boxes to try to find them. But certainly that's a book to pick up.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, do we have anything else?
Let's go to a galaxy far, far away. Let's talk a little bit about Boba Fett and some Star Wars.
Who doesn't love Boba Fett?
Boba Fett. Where?
So this is an interesting one. Once Boba Fett was announced for Mandalorian Series 2, which Series 1 was unbelievably awesome.
Yep.
I mean, everybody, it's hard to get all the Star Wars fans to agree on something, but I think universally everyone agreed that The Mandalorian was absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Boba Fett's coming back. Tamura Morrison is coming back to portray the character that he played so many years ago, and I do think you're starting to see some nostalgia. So with Hayden Christensen, you see it with Ewan McGregor. You're starting to see a lot of nostalgia there. Natalie Portman, and I think that was a great choice to bring back Tamura Morrison. Interestingly enough, these books are not cheap. There are a lot of very interesting Boba Fett covers and Boba Fett books. Star Wars number 42 is the first appearance. Yeah, absolutely awesome cover. That's true. A lot of times when the character does first appear in the book, a lot of times they're not on the cover. It's a little disappointing, right? It definitely is a little disappointing. But yes, he is front and center on that cover. You go back and you're like, oh, that was the first appearance, and it's like, they're not even on the cover. It's hard to see them, or that. Sometimes the second print covers, like with the Kamala Khan cover, is better than the first print cover, and that book's a $1,200 book now. We'll talk about that another day because the second print cover is so much better than the first one. Ultimate Fallout number 4 with Miles Morales. The second print cover is better than the first print cover because it shows his full head. Star Wars 42, first Boba Fett. There are 265 blue labels, Alex. 22 gold labels. There's actually one 9.9. I wonder who's got that book. Oh, my God. Whoa, right, I know, right. That book's going to come out for auction one day. So it's not a low pop book, but not a high pop book by any imagination.
Right.
And 22 yellow labels. I mean, maybe people had Jeremy Bulloch sign them.
Yeah.
Maybe people did have Tamara Morrison sign them from the original. From the original cast, or maybe people had the artist and writer sign them. Certainly, I think now that Mandalorian is going to come back, season 2, this is a book to look at. It is a little. It's a. Before the I did a little bit of research. Before the Mandalorian announcement, the book was selling for about $500. It's already about $800 now.
Yeah, hot.
I still don't think it's crazy expensive. And again, if you want to buy a 9.6 or 9.4, you could get by it for a lot less money.
Yeah.
9.6s are still not a bad price, a bad looking book for a 40-some-odd-year-old book. I think you can't go wrong with a 9.6 or a 9.8. And quite frankly, even at $800, it's probably still a great buy. Boba Fett is an iconic character as part of that franchise. And it's not like, all of a sudden Boba Fett's going to lose some popularity.
Yeah. Yeah. I've also seen, I don't know if you saw this too, but the Blood Ties books, the Star Wars Blood Ties.
I have not seen them, no.
The Dark Horse Blood Ties books, which is a Boba Fett comic. So there's the regular cover, the Dark Horse Boba Fett, where it's him lying out in the sand and it says Boba Fett is dead. And there's a Diamond exclusive cover, which is like an outline. That Diamond cover, the retailer cover, they didn't make 1 million of those, and those are going hot. At the regular cover, I believe it's about $15, $20 raw, and this is a late 2000s, right before Marvel took the license back. And then those retailer covers are, I think, 25 to 50 because you're not finding those. That's another book to look out for a more modern Boba Fett book.
So, Alex, I looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Impossible to find. There's only 8 CGC 9/8 blue labels on that book.
Yep.
And I've only seen one raw copy for sale in the $50+ range. You might as well just buy it. I mean, forget it. You can't even find that book.
Yep. Pick it up.
So if you see it, get it. So, Alex, thanks again. We'll see you next week. Same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.